everything should be... Switch over now. Or wait, is it not good? Why is it frozen? Wait, no. There's better. Phew! Hey, hello there. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hi. Oh my goodness. Oh, scuff. But you know it's fine. That just means more scuff luck, you know? The more scuff luck, the merrier. At least that's how I'm gonna say it. It's always how it works, totally. All for the scuff luck. Woohoo! That just means we're gonna summon everything good. Bound to get, like, another single pull summon somehow. Totally. Ahahaha, cries. No fear, no pain. Hello. And now back to more operators. Starting off with Nymph. But yeah, out of tonight's batch, the one I'm the most excited for is Tin Man. Second would be Jieyun. Nymph is so cute. Look at her. What a nice design. She's just adorable. Like, I wish I could have gotten her too. Someday. So, File. Ooh, her skin as well. Wait, let me stir real quick. Oh, cute! Puffy. Puffy go round. Adorable. But now to the file. Basic info. Code name Nymph. Gender female. Combat experience none. Place of birth Kasdal. Date of birth August 31st. Ooh, August 31! Same birthday as Hatsune Miku. Aw, man. Makes her even better. Race Sarkaz. Height 156 centimeters. Infection status. Confirmed infected by medical examination. How's Crush? Physical exam. Physical strength normal. Mobility standard. Physical resilience standard. Tactical acumen normal. Combat skill normal. Originium arts assimilation excellent. Profile. Nymph is a citizen of Kasdal who joined the field operations department through Rhodes Island's Kasdal office. Her skills with mental Originium arts and her natural gifts as a Dajjal have a wide range of applications. Oh! Cookie clicker, but you're dating girls. Ooh, sounds fun. Yeah, Wizardell's file did have a Dajjal. Clinical analysis. Imaging tests show the indistinct outlines of internal organs, obscured by abnormal shadows. Originium granules detected in the circulatory system. The subject is confirmed to be infected with uropathy. Cell Originium assimilation, 8%. No visible Originium crystals have been observed on the surface of Nymph's body, but continued monitoring is required. Blood Originium crystal density, 0.14. Nymph is no exception to the effects of Kasdal's high Originium environment, but medical intervention has been effective at keeping her condition under control. Okay, base games being free is always good. Even if there's like microtransactions, that's fine. Archive File 1. Nymph has gotten many more visitors recently. As Kasdal becomes more prosperous, the Sarkaz are coming home, bringing with them the money they earned with their blood. Arms dealers are starting to dabble in food and other consumer goods, and factories are no longer churning out disposables that only last a few days on the battlefield. Instead, turning their attention to making pots and pans, people on the streets are looking for honest work rather than mugging over nothing more than a piece of bread. The city was not always like this. It had been a place of chaos where lives were cheaper than a piece of metal. The wailing and fury of souls had echoed in Nymph's mind night and day, never stopping. If one screamed its throat hoarse, there was always another to take its place. Perhaps this was why there were so few Dajjals. The hatred and anger that constantly surround them was enough to drive them to madness. When Nymph's parents left Kasdal, they considered bringing her with them. Perhaps leaving her somewhere else while they dealt with matters was preferable to leaving her there. But she chose to stay. Kasdal was at least familiar compared to the unknown outside. For all its chaos and madness, it was her home, and she wanted to change it, to dig up the hope that had been buried beneath all the hatred. A fanciful idea, of course. It was already precious enough that a young child could grow up in Kasdo without hatred. What could she possibly achieve? In the end, her parents agreed to let her stay, leaving behind some connections, some protective talismans, some food, and some neighbors that weren't so bad, at least by Kasdelian standards. Before the end of the war, Nymph's efforts had been in vain. Pain and suffering filled the lives of the Sarkaz, and the young Dajal's altruism was no more than another tool to be abused. Perhaps her actions gave a sliver of hope to a few, but the spark of hope is quickly extinguished by the burden of life. But she continued to help those around her, persevering day after day. Perhaps change would come to Castle tomorrow, perhaps next week, perhaps next month, perhaps next year. Why not wait a little longer, or a while longer? It wasn't like life could get any worse. Dang, she was determined as heck. Hey, hello? Wow, that is amazing. Hi. She started to notice the differences in the months following the end of the war. Fewer people were fighting and more were talking. Some even remember the young Dajal who pulled them back from the brink of the abyss. They came back to her and asked for her help again, but this time, they were willing to pay for it. For the first time, Nymph felt a light emanating from the hearts of the people in the city. Change had come. Archive File 2. Things she had known only through books and rumors started showing up in Nymph's life. First was the organization known as Rhodes Island. A Sarkaz had invited her to a local office after she helped him out of a tight spot. The name Rhodes Island did not ring a bell at the time, but something felt familiar about the emblem on the Sarkaz's uniform. He took her to the former Babel headquarters in Kasdal, which Nymph remembered being seized by the military commission. A Courteous girl was giving orders to people of many different races, many of whom wore the same uniform as the one who brought her here, and all of whom were known as operators. That must have been a fun sight for Nymph. And yes, arcing those nights! The Sarkaz greeted the Courteous and explained what happened. The Courteous had someone take over her work and came over to thank Nymph. They chatted for quite a while and arranged for Nymph to have a light meal at a Ripathy screening, and for someone to walk her home. Nymph began to learn more about Rhodes Island and its missions of solving the Ripathy problem. It had never even occurred to her that this was possible. The severe originating pollution in Kastel, combined with the inherent susceptibility of Sarkaz to Ripathy, led the residents ignore the prevention and treatment of Ripathy. She began to grow curious about the organization devoted to doing so. From then on, Nymph began to visit the office whenever she had time on her hands. Emil was rarely there, but the operators told her she was welcome to visit their headquarters at the landship if she was interested. She was not eager to venture outside of Kaswa at first, but her encounter with Mudrock during the search for the Revenant fragments and her adventure in the furnace began to stoke her interest in what lay beyond the nomadic city. In the end, it was the mysterious director of HR who brought Nymph to the fold. The landship was docked at Kasdo that day, and Nymph took advantage of the opportunity to seek out Amiya on the ship. She was taken to the HR's director's office, where she encountered a fellow Dajal, one who brought her greetings from her parents. Wait, who brought her greetings from her parents? Dang. This was Nymph's first ever meeting with her older sister. Oh, okay. There, answered already. Older sister's the one who did that. Cool. This was Nymph's first ever meeting with her older sister, whom she'd only known through the photos and documents her parents left behind. Beep told Nymph about her parents' love for her. She said that their irresponsible parents were still traveling, and that even she did not know where they went. Wow, thanks, Mom and Dad. Then she took Nymph on a tour of Rhodes Island, visited Amiya during her break time, tried out various instruments at the testing site, and finally brought her back to the office to sign a few documents. Nymph was asked whether she wanted to do something to help Kasdo and Rhodes Island, and answered in the affirmative, whereupon she received a badge identifying her as a reserve field operator. She was told that she was always welcome to visit the landship, whether for work or leisure, and that was when Nymph finally caught up to all that had happened. Perhaps her dear sister had already made all the arrangements before she even set foot on Rhodes Island, an offer that she could not refuse. Not that Nymph had any intention of doing so. With the formalities out of the way, it was time for the two Dajaj to mingle, in a way only the Dajaj can. Archive File 3. Of all the Sarkaz rituals, Dajjal rituals are the most mysterious and esoteric. Just like the Dajjals themselves. There are no procedures, no rites. All begins with the soul and ends with the soul. Nymph gazed into Beep's eyes and passed through the material surface towards the depths of the soul. She saw the name hidden behind layer after layer of witchcraft and mental suggestions. It soon resembled itself into Beep, which can neither be uttered or written down. It was her secret. She may not leave behind a name that can be directly referenced, though it was unclear whether this was due to Rhodes Island's policy or personal circumstances. I just love how it's all beep. And since it's 3 squares, oh my. Is she the one, aka Sister? Is Sister the one who wrote those other files too? The one who just like, why isn't Hodor even blushing at that story? She saw the pass of Rhodes Island, or rather Babel. A young Dajjal bid farewell to her parents and took Teresa's hand. She worked away from the crowd, behind a desk. Numbers were her soldiers, and information was her weapon. One tiny decision meant the difference between victory and defeat, life and death. A single piece of paper, a single stamp, decided countless futures. The burden was shrouded by an unbreakable vow to the Crown One. That and love, passion, and joy. But hope was the one thing absent. Nymph tried to probe deeper, but was gently pushed away, and she understood that she may go no further. In return, she dug up the secrets buried deep within her memories as her own offering. Her counterpart saw an ever-howling city where crystals pierced the heart, battles raged from dawn to dusk, struggles fought for survival, and torment throbbed for robbing another's life. It was the resistance of a young soul that transformed all this into strength. She resisted the city's innate evil, and the Sarkaz's interpretation of suffering. She searched for the peace and kindness that lay deep within the consciousness, despite the toll it took on her. The two shared their deepest secrets with the other. They dissected each other's memories, and fear poured out of these secrets, dashing against their souls. Nymph shivered at the tide of suffocating helplessness. She performed this ritual with her parents a long time ago, but she was too young at the time to fully feel the weight of what she had seen. Now though, every wound was being torn apart, and every memory wailing in despair. Nymph fought the urge to flinch, and faced the tide head-on with her will. Finally, the storm passed, and the bleeding wounds began to seal. A thin membrane covered the tender heart, and the shared experience of pain became a new bond between the two. The older Dajjal helped Nymph sit down. She seemed familiar with the ritual. Her smile did not waver in the slightest. For her part, Nymph felt like a fledgling foul beast that had just survived a thunderstorm. Her legs kept shaking, and her palms were filled with sweat. The ritual, which was only performed between close ones, was once a form of contest to determine the division of loot. I love that. Like nowadays, it's between people who are close to each other. Back then, it was for looting. It's like, oh yes, look at all of our loot. Who shall get the most loot? Who can stand this the longest? Just wow. I kind of love that. Today, the ritual for inflicting pain on one another has become one for sharing pain with one another, and the division of loot replaced by the strengthening of bonds and trust. At the conclusion of the ritual, each gained proof of the other's true heart. Beep held Nymph's personal profile, which had seemingly appeared out of thin air, while Nymph held a heart-shaped lock with the key still in the keyhole. The difference. Like, ah yes. All for loot, but not for love now. Archive File 4. The Dajjal leave behind indelible marks on their victim's soul the first time they plunder it. They feast upon the mind like a vampire feasts upon the flesh, but over time they have learned to temper their hunger. While some Dajjals continue to rip their victim's soul apart, most have to feed more gently, inviting the target to share their deepest secret, extracting it gently like a banshee's kiss, and storing it within their own soul, to be savored repeatedly over and over again, or used to inflict trauma upon its owner. Even ordinary people without psychic powers can observe what their own memories look like with the naked eye as the Dajjal performs its act. The image determined by the Dajjal's nature. Sometimes it is a fruit, sometimes a sword. In Nymph's hands, it is a lock and key, and in Beep's files and documents. This gentle taking serves to obscure the actions of the Dajjal, explaining why so little is known about this branch of Sarkaz. Okay, I love how it's kind of randomized, or it depends on the person how the memories turn out. Lock and key is cute. Files is, I guess, nice for an office worker. Oh man. If I was a Dajjal, I wonder what my item would be that I would take from people. Would it just turn out to be gacha currency? It's like, ooh, look at this shiny, shiny crystal, this gem. Like, ah yes, all for loot. I mean, not for loot, oops. That was the old ways. When two Dajjals extract from each other secrets that belong to the others and preserve them within their own souls, they have formed a bond that is tighter than blood. After Nymph returned to Castel, Beep perused the report on the recovery of the fragments from the Soul Furnace explosion, including Mudrock's report on the incident during the ritual of appeasement, and the Lich's analysis of the ritual. She sensed that it was her sister who transformed story into reality and the illusion. In the face of Castel's malice, Nymph buried her hopes deep within her consciousness, hopes that were released through the powers of the Dajjal when the Tin Man built a connection with the Revenants, bringing the Sarkaz's consciousness into the Revenants' illusionary realm, and causing earnest imagination to manifest itself materially, rather than in the form of esoteric subconscious symbols. As for what the uninhibited release would bring to Nymph, Beep read through the file on Nymph in her hands, and decided to continue observing before making a decision. Promotion record. Excerpts from an encrypted channel, Nymph's notes. Why does my mind go blank when Nymph smiles at me? Did she use some kind of sarcasm witchcraft on me? That's because she's so cute she makes your heart skip a beat. If you believe witchcraft is a cause, you should look for logos and have him fill your brain with it. Nymph smiled at me today, and I've been seeing the after image of it all day. Am I being turned into a Dajjal? I'm a feline, by the way. Can I keep my ears if I turn into a Dajjal? What is this? Nothing will happen to you, just like you won't turn into a Notchzera if you wrap yourself in bandages, or a vampire if you share a drink with one. You're only seeing that because you like her, just like everybody else. It's nothing to be ashamed of. Oh, that is too funny. Well, for Nymph, one key difference would be how she gets, like, physical manifestations of stuff. Lock and key. Well, Amiya just has everything just, like, in her mind. I saw Nymph do something to someone's ear, and then that person just left quietly. Did she suck their brain out? More likely a foul beast ate your brain. That's called whispering, and not everyone who whispers in your ear wants a piece of your brain. It doesn't even taste that good. Did you see Nymph walking with a four-legged brain on a leash in the corridors today? That was scary. That's just my pet burden beast. It's none of your business that it has a few more folds on its skin. Maybe it's your brain that walked right out of your head. What is this sassy conversation? It's not like I like Nymph or anything. She must have used witchcraft on me. That's why I keep thinking about her. So yeah, sure. Whatever makes you feel better, I guess. But yeah, it's not like I like Nymph or anything. Humph, humph, humph. Stinky. Too funny, though. And now for Savage. Hello, Savage. File. Basic info. Codename Savage. Gender female. Combat experience 4 years. Place of birth, Rimbilliton. Date of birth, June 30. Race, courteous. Height, 160 centimeters. Infection status, non-infected as confirmed by medical examination. Physical exam. Physical strength excellent. Mobility standard. Physical resilience excellent. Tactical acumen normal. Combat skill standard. Originium arts assimilation standard. Profile. Savage was originally part of the Rimbilliton Mining Company's security forces. She was an exemplary agent known for taking down hard targets and protecting key company executives. She now serves as a guard for Rhodes Island Combat Squad. Clinical analysis. Like, Nymph was cute. She's always cute and wholesome, but it was funny learning about the Dajjal thing. Used to be for deciding who gets the most loot. Clinical analysis. Imaging tests on this operator show clear outlines of internal organs, with no abnormal dark spots or shadows, no unusual traces of originium particles present in the circulatory system, no signs of infection, confirming this operator is uninfected. Cell originium assimilation, 0%, no oropathy, blood originium crystal density, 0.15. Take care when performing missions. Savage is incredibly good health. If only everyone could be as healthy as her. Medic Operator Hibiscus. Archive File 1. Savage uses special originium arts in battle that detonate the ground struck by her hammer fractions on a second after impact. She has taken down difficult targets with these arts. After reverse engineering study on her hammer, the engineering staff found her hammer was not armed with a blasting device at all, but rather, it acted as an unconventional staff. Savage uses the originium house inside the hammer to create the blasts. Although she doesn't fully understand the principles behind this power, when she's manipulating the hammer, she always unleashes tremendous explosive power. Other important information cannot be verified without further research. Archive File 2. Savage earned her codename thanks to the massive destruction she causes both in combat and on mining missions. The codename also matches her physique. However, despite her name, Savage is a fairly kind and cheerful operator. She is known to be friendly, reliable, and fun both on and off the battlefield. Take note though. She's quite fierce when on the football field, so try not to yell at her while she's playing. Oh, she's gonna be the most savage while playing sports. That's where the savagery comes from. It's like, oh, she's so sweet. Unless she's playing sports. Then she's savage. Truly savage. Now I want to see a short of some of the operators playing games. Archive File 3. Savage plays a very important role in combat. She clears obstacles to facilitate direct attacks against the enemy. She is also quite effective at protecting her teammates, and casualties are almost always lower than expected with her on a mission. Sometimes, she likes to get in the kitchen and make vegetable soups, mushroom pies, and other Rim-Biltonian cuisine for her fellow operators. I want both. Especially the mushroom pie. Oh, that sounds good. Many operators call her dishes comfort food. She has been known to pitch in and help her teammates when she can. She is increasingly well-liked. Please do not post the names of suitors she has rejected on a bulletin board in the lounge. Thank you for your cooperation. Oh my goodness, how many people has she rejected? If there's enough to make like a bulletin board post. Oof. Archive File 4. Classified Log. I've already spoken with Savage, and she understands her current situation. It is an issue between her and the doctor. At least Savage will fight for Mia, and that is enough for now. I hope we have enough gumption to resolve this deadlock. Kelsey. Promotion record. Savage made it clear that she considers Mia and Kelsey old-fashioned. Savage also stated her identity shouldn't matter to Rose Island. She believes as long as she is helping her friends, what and where her mission takes her is unimportant. She will probably continue to fight as the only one who truly knows her limits. Dang, Savage. She's so healthy, she's so kind, she can cook. She's good at sports. No wonder why so many people asked her out. Like, dang. And now for records. Painful reversal. I wonder if she... like, if she knew that Ami was the king of sarcasm at that point. It's like, what happened to you in the time that you left? Like, oi. Painful reversal. A responsibility and opportunity. (2:03 p.m. clear. Iron Carrot City exterior mining site, mine shaft number 26. Okay, whenever I see carrots now, I keep on thinking of Uma Musume. Oh no, my brain has been rotted.
Tough shift, Johnny. Done down there. Phew. I'm buggered. Pull me up. I'm in all clean clothes. What's your problem, eh? You're going under next, aren't ya? What did you need me for? Security inspector's here. Come to ask the state of things down below. What state of things? When's any shift I've led all these years had a slip up? Send Owen Becky to talk with the next shift leader. I'm having myself a nice bath. If the security cohort wants to wait for me, they can wait patient.
I don't blame Johnny. After a hard day's work, yeah, a bath is nice.
Oh, there's a surprise. If it isn't our girl, back from that long trip of yours.
Been an age, you boneheaded oldie. And what do you mean, long trip? I'm doing proper work, you know.
Lighten up, now. I know you're posted over at Babel, doing big things just all the livelong day. Seen plenty of the world these 2 years, haven't ya?
Nothing all that scary. Tagging along around different places, that's all. I mean, my work didn't even touch on any core details.
Humph, get a load of you, finally knowing to come back. Don't know if it was something upstairs or at Babel, but they were getting along just fine, and then suddenly, there they are, over... 'Cause they say it's over.
Frankly, I haven't got to the first clue either.
Forget it. Back home yet?
Already told them I'm sound.
When'd you get back?
3 days ago.
Humph, you know, all your plans in sec from before got promoted. And here you are now dancing back under their fingers. Why so eager for the job here? Everything with Babel all sorted then? I'd guess the world's on your shoulders looking like that. Not here to play 20 questions on ya. Just say what I want and be done. But it's a hard thing to do, getting back home to see your old mates. Still not happy?
I don't know myself. Of course I missed you all, and I mean, I know my hometown minds like nothing else. But I just feel things wrapped up too fast.
Look at you. Who says you didn't land a good assignment? Or was it some sweetheart you found that you just can't bear to leave?
No, not a sweetheart. She rejected everyone. What sweetheart? Just a friend, okay? Besides, I didn't do anything praiseworthy either.
No, I heard you picked up a big job, digging those goods out one after another's cost 2 years of our time. All the workers reckon it has to be something happen outside.
Lots of engineering going on, but I'm only on the bog standard stuff. Cooperation this time was to make sure the goods going from Rimbilliton to Babel had a safe journey and made it without hassle. They needed a security crew to see it through. Hey, hello? Yeah, the old Dokta was a fun companion during that time. A really weak one, though. It's like, look at them throwing up after riding on the burning beasts. And just like that, the hull and core our mining firm dug up gets sent straight to Babel. I have some security work to do with them, that's all.
So you're saying you really don't know a damn thing?
John, you know me, don't you?
Old girl. Still the same as ever then, making a complete mess out of it when the moment comes. Not complaining though, let the circus sort out their own biz. Maybe it's a good thing they muddled it up when it mattered. But if Babel wasn't there to rope you in, would you have any other reason?
I used to be so sure, you know. I lived my whole life in the mines. Didn't need to mind what happens outside. Could say I knew nothing about it.
That was your chance to take a gander out there, wasn't it? When you left Rimbilliton. I still remember when you were just off, you were howling how you didn't want to go. That's the thing, youngsters, you know.
Johnny, I got to know a kid like me. You know how hard it is with the sarcasm life all around you, trying to grow up healthy. But she chose to take it on. She'd learned to endure, to persevere, and kept hope in her heart all along. So much more she still needs to know and learn. She was always wrapped around me, asking me all sorts of questions. She likes the food I make, and she's especially interested in Rimbilliton's fables.
A little rabbit. Where'd she come from?
Rimbilliton, but she isn't gonna come back, so... Honestly, I don't know either. Why it is I'm worrying so much.
Humph. Now isn't that easy? You want to protect her.
Yes. Ooh, the Arknights season finale really hit it off. Nice. I do. I do want to protect her. But now's not the time. I've got no reason to stay here, and none of the skill to guide her forward. I knew. I should come back to Rimbilliton, is what I should do.
Seems like you've already found your calling then, haven't ya?
It's not all that big of a thing, after all. If I insisted on staying at Babel, other people wouldn't want to hire me. And then I'd be out of a job. Poor me.
You utter case, you. Forget it. Just do what you gotta do now. Keeping us safe in the mines is all up to you, security lot. Especially you, seeing you'll give your mates plenty of peace of mind. At least for now, we need you.
Right, I understand. Out of you, Johnny. Got a lot to say today, ain't ya?
Humph, you're a special case. You've seen the world out there now. Can't go around putting on airs anymore.
Don't joke like that.
So? Can't have forgotten our traditional courteous virtues coming all the way back from out yonder.
Huh? What virtues?
You little girlie. Prezzies, of course. It's prezzies, to mark the occasion.
It's like, so, why did you bring me back after those 2 years? Oh, Johnny. My sheesh.
I've got no basis to leave Rimbilliton, no way to go out and see the sights. You youngsters forgetting all about me the moment the chance for it lands in your lap.
I'm having you on. How could I forget? I didn't know if I'd have another chance to leave after I came back, so I made sure to buy a whole trunks of stuff and brought it back myself. Here, a top-of-the-line hearing aid I picked up in Victoria just for you.
Now that's more like it. All those shifts I had with you paid off. I'll be able to pick out what the kids are saying so much easier with this. Erg. Ready condition, ready job.
Alright. I'll head down to inspect then. I wonder what other gift she got for people. Huh. There's a familiar feeling. Protective clothing so stuffy you choke, stiff and heavy worker's cap, can't wipe off your sweat even if you wanted to, mining away in tough conditions like these, risking your life with originium for company. My people's lives, all spent upon these mines going dirtier and deeper. This used to be my whole life, my everything, just like the rest of us. Is this how I'm gonna spend my future, same as the past? Stop it. There's no point thinking so hard. I have to work properly, at the least. The safety of the lives of the workers, like Johnny, are my back now. But I just can't help wondering. Amiya, are you doing alright? Will you get used to life without one of your kind by your side? I'm really worried about you. Can you grow big without someone making you good food from home? Once I'm back in Rimbilliton, I'll have no chance to reach you anymore. Amiya, the doctor, Kelsey, they'll take good care of you, won't they? With them, you'll get stronger, have a mission you can call your own. I have responsibilities right now that still need me. But when there's a day you need me to, I'll come to your aid, no doubt about it. If we really do face the same way in our steps, we'll meet again. Huh. It really does seem like she won't see Amiya guys anymore, but no. There'll be a time. I believe in that. Two years later. Ooh, time skip. 1:34 p.m. Blistering heat. Iron Carrot City exterior mining site. Mine shafts. Number 27, number 28, number 29. Out! Get out! The dust's about to explode. Ugh, gah! Save me!
Calm down, all of you. Oxygen tanks on.
Help! Save me for... Oh, that's not good. What's the alarm sounding for? It's a serious danger alert. Something's happened in the mines. Report.
It's gone to hell.
Mine shafts number 27, number 28, and 29 have all had active originium dust explosions. What? Shh, I said we couldn't start work in this bloody weather. Bloody anything for that bit of output. Shaft number 29. That's... Any casualties among personnel? What's the state of the site?
There are workers buried in the collapse.
Confirmed, they're wounded.
Truth, Savage.
Understood.
Right. Get rescuing. I'll lock down the accident site. Get your protective gear on and follow me.
Dig. Gotcha. Are you still alive, oldie? Are you still there? Johnny. Hold on, grab my hand.
Hurts like hell.
Hang in there, Johnny. We can get you. Pull him out quick.
Stay with
me, Johnny. No sleeping now. Savage, we're 300 M from the medic tent. Rush him. Got it. Like, aw, not Johnny. Hello. We're the Joint Emergency Medical Group assigned to this mining incident. Rimbilton PLC Security Group. Wounded. Understood. We'll find a bed for them immediately. Could you register some information with us for now? We need to contact next of kin immediately. The company will sort that out straight away. Just start treating him first. Huh? Thomas, you stay behind to register and get set up with this branch. Got it. Everyone else with me. There's still wounded we haven't rescued. Got it. Right, My coworkers and I form a volunteer emergency aid group for this incident. We're from Rhodes Island Pharmaceuticals, Inc. Rhodes Island? I haven't heard that company. Alright, Rhodes Island. I'll leave the oldie to you then. Please, you have to save him. We'll do what we can. Quick, let's get the next one out. From Babel to Rhodes Island. Good work, Savage. All accounted for? Hardly believe it. We even found all the bodies. 12 wounded, 3 critically, and the dead. That's enough. Even if I didn't tell, nobody knew it better than you. Judging by the concentration of originium dust at the scene, the injured are all in big trouble. Where are you going? Aid post. I'm gonna see the old man. Right. There are a few medics out of the aid volunteers who came from Rhodes Island. You heard of the organization before, Chief? Rhodes Island? Doesn't ring a bell. Bet it's a fresh new company. Get going. Good chance to inspect while you're there. See what this Rhodes Island is here for. Hello. Can I ask who you... you're the one from the security team. You carried the first of the wounded over too. Just call me Savage. I'm here to see how they're doing. One of the casualties just now should be registered as John. Mr. John, is it? Please be assured, our medic operators have already administered emergency treatment to him. How is his injuries? Right, originium crystals penetrated to his arm and the flank of his abdomen. This ruptured his protective gear, and the amount of originium particulate he inhaled afterwards also... So, he's already been infected for sure, hasn't he? Yes. Damn it, too slow. However, we made use of Rhodes Island injective medication in the treatment already given to Mr. John, and that's prevented any further progression of infection. What? But with his injuries that bad, and wounds directly from active originium crystals... I do understand your concern, miss. Just call me Savage. You said your drug injection stopped the spread? Is that true? Yes, Miss Savage. All the personnel carried in so far have been administered emergency medication in accordance with their level of injury and severity of infection. Some patients are not out of danger yet due to their overly severe blood loss, but their originium infection symptoms have been fundamentally suppressed. All suppressed? Yes, everyone. Do you have any issues? No, thing is, even if the drug works some wonders, it's not something you can give to workers straight away. Rimbilton's extant medical orgs all use cheap originium infection meds, and they only do so little for workers who are already infected. But then Rhodes Island, you're a volunteer aid group, aren't ya? These emergency meds aren't cheap, and the doses are pretty staggering, you all. I'm not responsible for any of that at all. But I can promise you, Mr. John's already out of mortal danger. He'll be able to receive visitors before long. It's not the same. Once they're infected, workers' fate's already sealed. They're forced into even cheaper labor, sent into the exhausted mineshafts for all the most brutal, dangerous work, collecting remainders. I'm sorry. When they arrived, most of the patients had already... No, I should be the one apologizing here. I'm sorry. You've already done so much and then some. Thank you, a million times. Miss Savage, I understand your feelings. Director Kelsey once instructed us that no matter how many wounds we heal, how much ripathy we suppress, once you become infected, no matter how unreasonable it is, most of society is already turned against you. That's right, Kelsey told you some. It's a Kelsey? Huh? Who did you just say your director was? Kelsey. She's an example to all of our medic operators at Rhode Island. Director... Kelsey? Don't tell me. Who's your leader at Rhode Island? What's the name of your leader at this Rhode Island place? She's, tell me, please. I need to know. She's called... Our leaders. Rhode Island's current leader's name is... Amia. Mia? It's like, dang, what happened while I was gone, Amia? Good for you, Amia. Director Amia. Excuse me, is there a problem? How is Amia? If it really is her, she shouldn't be much older right now then. Yes, our leader is considerably young. But you'll know once you talk to her, even once. She has wisdom beyond her years and a strong will. She's a truly outstanding leader. Miss Savage, might you know some... Are you an old acquaintance of Amia's, possibly? We're good friends since long ago. True, supreme leader Amia. Can you get in contact with Amia? Just say my name and she'll know. I see. Amia did mention she had a very close friend who might be here in Rimbilton now. It really is Amia. Can I go see her? How? I'll get in touch with Rhode Island's messengers now. Also, Miss Savage, if you have anything you'd like us to relate to her. The voice gradually fades. In this two-year span of time, Savage has been completely on her own, not once departing for her post at that Rimbilton mine. She's bewildered, she's lost in thought. She once thought maybe she should spend the rest of her life sound in Rimbilton. But rousing Savage's fighting spirit, her resolve, was as easy as this. It took just an instant, the one instant she heard, from someone else's mouth, the name of who she'd once cared for, been with day and night. Savage already understands just what sort of decision she's going to make. "15 days later, Iron Carrot City outskirts, 8th station, in the infected ward.
The moment I realized I was infected, I even thought maybe my family would have been much better off if I just carked it and they got the compensation money.
Don't say that.
Just a thought I had. The very first thing that came to mind, do you know, was I asked myself, how the hell should I face my family now? My better half and the kids don't like it when I'm angry, and they hate it even more when they see me cry. But when it's time to meet them, am I really going to be able to smile?
This is nothing like you, you oldie. Everyone knows you as the most hopeful guy for miles around. When even you're seeing family with your ears drooped down, how are the rest of your mates meant to meet anyone? Yeah, you're right. You're gonna spoil all our moods like that, acting miserable, Johnny.
Humph. You don't have a bunch of tykes to feed. You don't know the pain of it. Life's a bastard one.
We're all gonna have some bloody awful days too.
Hey, Savage. Don't listen to another word from them. I've already decided. Pay will be nowhere near enough to feed my family if I keep working at Rimbilton. Once the sickness lifts a little, we'll be off to Columbia. Simple as that. All of us are heading to be part of the great expansion.
John, you're really about to leave?
When I was a miner for Rimbilton, I was the most diligent, hardworking worker, bar none. Now, I'm infected, and no matter how long I've still got left, I have to keep everyone at home living safely, living happily.
Has it ever come to mind, so long as Rimbilton's not done digging by the end of the day, this back and forth life's just gonna...
Savage. Every person, every age, has callings and responsibilities to answer. I've never once been ashamed of being a mine worker. Nobody in Rimbilton ever think that. But you see, Savage, you left Rimbilton, been back 2 years, and your thinking changed.
Yeah.
I knew you'd be no ordinary rabbit ever since you were a nipper. Every last person has their own calling and their own responsibilities. Your hammer saved our lives. In the days to come, you'll be saving countless more. If there's someone you need to protect, then leave, eh? It's the same for me. Heh, peek at the face you're making. Looks like you made your mind up long ago, didn't ya?
Hey, I'm not some emotionless robot, you oldie. It's just, this is something I've gotta do. I've gotta go do. I have a friend I need to protect. Finally, I found her again. I can see her again. Even if it's just the slightest thing for her, I'll give every last bit of strength I have.
Humph. There's nothing out there worth giving every last bit. That's just you youngsters being too naive.
Ha ha. I mean, going into the mines for your family and coming back out now for them. You said that, didn't ya? You're using all your strength, giving it all you have too, right?
Who says I'm like you? I'm trying to feed a family here.
Alright.
Humph. When are you looking to head out?
Today, came to see you for the last time, and then I'll be setting off.
It's been by your help that we didn't have one accident these past 2 years. And this one, well, it was you again who pulled us out alive. Can't thank you enough.
Well, you've got me put on a pedestal. John, you need to cherish the life I saved, and make sure you live the coming days well, alright?
You rotten little girl. See you.
Hopefully Johnny's doing fine, especially since he headed to Chernobog, right? See you too, Johnny. It'll be goodbye for now, Rimbilton. Good luck to Johnny and his family. Sorry, I've been keeping you. Miss Savage, are you already done with all your goodbyes? Seriously, John, tell me right at the end. I should head back home again and give them a proper farewell. Yesterday when I said goodbye to my mom and dad, my mom was going on about next time you come back, you'll have a special someone. Wow, Mom. It's like, thanks, Mom. This is for my career here. Haha. All of you are such a happy group. I linked up with the landship and the expedited onboard applications all gone through. These papers are a recruitment contract from HR. Detailed work matters should be handed over once you reach the landship, Miss Savage. Rose Island very much welcomes your arrival. Well then, Miss Savage, have a good journey. Finally, I found it. Amiya, what do you like now? You've already grown into a leader. That's incredible. Wait for me, Amiya. No matter what happens, no matter what calling you're shouldering. I've got a lot I want to tell you, a lot of stories I want to share. Will you want to hear them? All the good and the bad that you've been through, all the good and the bad I've been through, in all these 2 years. Once you meet, let's tell each other all we want. And now for no less than a pie. I wonder if it's gonna be a mushroom pie. Yummy. Oh, it's part 1 and part 2? That's unique. Part 1. Why is Savage so affectionate towards Courteous? The Courteous are meant to huddle up all nice and cozy together, aren't they? Yeah, that's interesting how it's broken up, I wonder. Babel Interior, Rimbilton PLC, branch office at Babel. Baby Amiya. Savage, are you busy? Huh? Amiya, you're early here today. There's no goods that need delivering today, and I've got nothing too urgent to deal with. What's the matter, Amiya? Nothing on your plate today either? Today, the doctor, Kelsey, and Teresa went outside, and they wanted me to stay by myself in my room for now. And then they'd all come back at dinner. But I don't know what I should even do alone in my room. So you decide to sneak out and look for me? Huh. That's just how adults are, always tormented by work they can't finish. Not to mention those 3 make everyone wonder how much of a tireless workaholic someone can be. Does everyone become like that after they grow up? Not really. Some people are forced to be, but there are actual people who believe, from the bottom of their hearts, how diving all the way into work enriches their life. A group of bunnies is called a fluffle? Okay, that is adorable. What kind are you then, Miss Savage? Me? When I'm working, I do my part properly until I'm done. I guess I decently like it. But I can relax right now, so of course it'd be even more fun to be with you. That's right, Amiya. Why don't we take advantage of today and try to cook something? Cook? You can learn to make your most favorite militant foods, like carrot pie. Don't you want to see what it's like to make it? Carrot pie. Cooking and baking are the greatest pick-me-ups for loads of people, and you'd be hard-pressed to tear them from it. I get to make carrot pie with Savage. I want to make some. Alright then, let's make some together. I want to try carrot pie. Yummy. The doctor mentioned loving it too when we try some together, so let's make a pie for when the doctor comes back, and all three of us can enjoy it. That's wonderful. Good. We're settled then. Follow me, Amiya. The carrots I asked from a work friend are in the kitchen freezer. Plus we got cheese, and the fowl eggs should be in... Ooh, so it's gonna be carrots, cheese, and eggs. I wanna try this. Sounds good. Miss Savage, I cracked the fowl eggs. That quick? Let me see. How'd half the egg whites go missing? And all the shells are broken in there too. Oh gosh, Amiya, you're so clumsy. Not too shabby. Let me just process it a bit more, and we can put them right in. Oof. Did I do bad? What do you mean? This is your first time cooking, Amiya. You're just not that used to it. Right, Amiya? Could you wash the carrots for me? The one's right there in the basket. You don't need to wash that many. Good, just like that. Hold on, you don't need your fingernails for carrots. You can just use a vegetable peeler. It's normal for them to be all bumpy. First time after all. It's a bit hard kneading dough. Just leave it to me. No, let me set the oven, yeah? That's a little much to ask her now. Wait, Amiya, that's not how you clean up flour. Amiya! Savage, help me! My eyes hurt. Sorry, let me wipe them off for you now. Stop making fun of me. I'm not making fun of you. You're just being extra adorable right now, that's all. Amiya. Oh man, I want a memento of this to keep forever. But you've got the flour all over you now. Let's take you to tidy up first, yeah? No, the pie's most important right now. It'll be awful if we can't finish it in time. Savage, let's wait until we're done to tidy. Alright then. Amiya, come here. Let me wipe your face off for you. Once you've got the pie done and in the oven, we'll go and have a good wash. Phew, not too bad. And not a moment to lose. Look, 3 pies baked in the nick of time. They smell so good. Now we just need to sprinkle a little sugar on top and keep them warm. And that's a job very well done for us. Safety tip, flour can be explosive. Oof. Come to mention it, I remember the doctor was fond of particular tastes when it came to food. Amiya, do you have any idea? I remember all the things the doctor likes about food. And I remember about all the food you like too, Savage. What's this? You've been remembering things about me this whole time? Because you've been so nice looking after me. And when I see you eating something you really like, I get really happy too. I want to remember about everything that makes you happy. And also, I want to keep making all kinds of really nice food with you. So, it'd be nice if we could stay together forever. Just like the doctor. I hope I can have fun with Savage forever. Amiya. But if you have work to do, then you should do it. I know work is very important. I'll be with you. Really? Really, it's okay, Amiya. We're already super good friends. Courteous sisters should love each other and live together, helping each other all the way. So... But... Dr. Kelsey said before long, Babylon and Rim Built and PLC are going to finish their cooperative project. And then Savage would... You already know, huh? Yes, it's true. After that, I'll probably be heading back to work in Rimbilton for a while. I'm already an adult, so there are responsibilities I have to bear. Right now, Rimbilton still has some things I need to finish. But I'll come back to see you as soon as possible, Mia. No matter how far apart we are, we're friends. So long as you need me to help, your big sister Savage will come protect you. Aww. I know. Right then. Let's drop the subject. Who knows if your bulletin will forget about me, but they won't call me back in, and I'll be stuck as an unemployed drifter. Maybe, if you keep at your studies, Mia, you'll be like a VIP in the future, and you'll start your own big company, and then I'll be one of your employees, yeah? What? My own company? Could I do that? Start putting in the effort now, and you'll get the chance one day, guaranteed. The Dr. Kelsey, Teresa, they're all especially mighty people. Make sure you learn well from your teachers, Mia. I know. You're very mighty too, Savage. When you're in Rimbilton... No way. I can't compare to those bunch. You're a super mighty teacher to me, Savage. You can make really nice food for me. You do work really well, and you tell me so many stories from Rimbilton. Also, I know, you like keeping me company. You look after me just like a real big sister would. I know it'll be very scary for when you leave, but cooking today made me really happy. Thanks to this memory, I won't be so scared in the future. Same for me, Mia. Coming to Babel, getting to see you all happy finding me for a chat, playing together, cooking. I've been so glad all this time. Hello? So knowing you're about to part, I'm gonna be very sad too. It'd be cute though if we saw Savage again and Tails too. She can be everyone's big sister. So, knowing we're about to part, I'm gonna be very sad too. But I won't ever let you look at me and worry. Mia, living upon this vast world, each of us has things we need to do. You'll find your own direction, your own forward in the future, I promise. If we have the same beliefs, we'll definitely see each other again. I'll strive to move forward, Mia. You too. Grew up safe and sound. Now we're back here in the hallway. A normal, unremarkable day. Amina sought you out surprisingly early, bringing up the Rimbilton delicacies coming this noon with expectation in her voice. Obviously, after the privilege of 5 healthy meals in a row, it's a very hard invitation to resist. Ooh, 5! I've been looking forward to this banquet for forever. Savage will meet almost any request I have, but it's cooking alone where she won't budge an inch. No formal invitations until all the ingredients were completely ready. Not the slightest thing could be lacking. Savage is especially considerate of you. She's always had me act like such a spoiled child towards her. Besides, Savage makes such tasty food. Oh, its taste might be on the tame side for some operators, but it suits my palate very well. How do I put it? It has a flavor that brings back memories of the home you came from. Ah, but I'm sure you like it too, Doctor. After all. Something's up? Not really. I just wanted to share this with you. Savage welcomes you as a special guest too. We've been friends with Savage since long ago, so I know the food she makes is going to be delicious. I wonder what it was like meeting up with Savage afterwards. After the first ditch attempt. It's like, hi again. Awkward, but hi. It's not like we left you on purpose or anything. Oh no, we just got lost. Ha 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 ha. You say we. Savage said she remembered me, but I couldn't say much more. It's true. She knew then and made you Rimbilton delicacies many times before too. How does she perceive me? No need to worry, Doctor. To me and Savage both, you're someone utterly dependable and worthy of trust. I expect she's looking forward to this meal as a gift for you too, Doctor. For meeting once again. She isn't just adept at food preparation. She's also very exact with raw ingredients too. But I have no idea why tinned carrots from Rimbilton were so hard to buy this year. They were the most important ingredient. It wasn't just rising prices. Procurement channels had dropped off too. For Rambilletonians, carrots are essentially a most beloved food, and demand far outstrips supply for them on the market. They even get scarcer. When you want to order goods, you can send to Rhode Island. Of course, more places besides Rambilleton grow carrots. There'd be all sorts of different varieties and places all unalike. But Savage said, if it's not Rambilleton's sweet, crisp kind, it's not gonna do, Amiya. I'll have you tasting the delicacy from your memories. Just you wait. Hearing that's making me drool too. Carrots have their own fierce pride too. I want the food. Yummy. I'm looking forward to it, Doctor. Savage and I haven't seen each other in so long. But the fact that she's still willing to treat me like she did in the past, that really reassures me. Sit yourself down. Eat. The voice came from the dining hall. Did something happen to Savage in there? To Savage in there? Oof, delish. Thank you for the food, Savage. Rapid chewing. They're like, yummy carrots. Oh, fine, you're welcome. This pie tastes so professional. Heh. No surprises here. Or no surprises there, no surprises. There's no one out there who can brush off my handiwork. April, you want to try some of mine too? It's all the rage in Victoria and eating right now. You just take anything and dump loads and loads of ketchup on it. Yummy. No, you've already used up 2 whole bottles on this. You can't even taste the original flavor anymore. You naughty little kids. Heh. How about you try my special portion then, Ayers? It's a taste of innovation. I always abide by the original flavors. Eat your grotesquely revised pie yourself. Huh? Don't be a boy, Ayers. Get a little more creativity in you. When we were in Victoria, every time we went to a restaurant, we'd see customers ordering a pie just like this and then squeezing at least 4 ketchup packets onto it. The healthiest part of the food's actually the complimentary ketchup sachets. Didn't they always say that at the fast food places? You're not comparing Savage's pie to a fast food joint. Everything about it is so perfect, from the heat control to the aroma. I feel like it's been ages since I tried this flavor. It's a scent you get while running around outside. Is it nostalgia, maybe? Yeah, I think it's pretty good, right? How's you have no idea how to read the mood? Leon's trying to say that as a catastrophe messenger, he's already used to a life of long spades without any Rambilleton food available. Being too dependent on your home's dishes makes it hard to carry on outside. That's right. By the way, let me tell you something cool, April. While we were traveling out there, we saw another way to eat pie, where you have to grab it with your hands and then you jump into the air. Or, careful, you're gonna drop it, you're gonna drop the pie. Hold on, other people are still working right now, settle down a little. Leonhardt, sit still. Okay. Excuse me. Whoa, it's me and the doctor. So, you're all dining then? No, we weren't. This was, Savage inviting us for a taste of home sampling party. You've made such a mess of the dining hall. Sorry, Amiya, doctor. I'll tidy it all up soon. It's okay. We're here to sample Savage's culinary delicacies too. Let's all clean up afterwards. Egg on your face, Leon. I thought it'd be fun to act a little cool with just us 4. April, I'll show you that special eating method next time. And that was just part 1. Part 2, eat a slice of carrot pie and listen to her thoughts. Yummy. Phew, doctor. It seems you made it just in time for the tasting. Let's take part 2. Be my guests. How's the flavor? I haven't made this properly since coming to Rhode Island. Careful, Amiya. You'll burn yourself if you eat too fast. It tastes so good, but the chewy cheese, the crisp crust, and the carrot both crunchy and sweet. It tastes exactly just like it used to. Phew. I'm so glad to hear. Doctor, come on, you try some too. One moment, Doctor. This portion's for you. Specialize according to your taste, slightly differently seasoning to suit you even better, I think. The sweetness isn't bad. The saltiness isn't bad. The spiciness isn't bad. Ooh, I can have spicy pie. I want spicy pie. The spiciness isn't bad. You like that kind of flavor, don't you? I tweak the traditional methods a little. Make your taste buds a happy camper. You've got an incredible idea of my palate. Only natural I do. My memory's strong stuff. The old doctor's most favorite pie was flavored just like... the old me like this flavor too? Seems like my taste never slipped. Sorry, you don't remember it, do you, Doctor? I'm sorry, it's my fault. The moment I get careless, I just start blurting out. It's fine. There's nothing sorry about retaining nice memories. Thank you, Doctor. See? The doctor says it's fine too, Savage. Today's pie tastes just like the ones from memory. I feel like the carrots even tastier on top of that. I've been practicing the whole time these last few years, even though it was a completely solitary life. I share my pies out for my family, my coworkers and neighbors to try what I made them. The part of you that loves taking care of people hasn't changed a bit, Savage. So sweet. There really is something different about Rim Militan's local specialty carrots. We might have spent a lot of energy getting them, but we didn't go wrong in the end. Struth. It makes me angry just thinking about it. If it wasn't for those awful merchants. Huh? Did something unsavory happen? I was dying to make carrot pie for all the Rhodes Islanders, and then we ended up trying for so long to buy any tinned Rimbilitan carrots. Obviously, I made a ginormous platter for my family just a month before I came, and then suddenly there's no tinned carrots on sale once I'm here. That just doesn't add up, does it? So I went and consulted a very particular business expert. I bet it's croissant. It's croissant, isn't it? Only then did I learn it was because some Victorian merchants hyping up how Rimbilitan's carrots preserve your youth, keep you especially healthy, and are even surprisingly good for your skin. Huh? Sure. Everyone knows carrots keep you healthy, but, what exactly do they preserve? I thought it was ridiculous as well, but the expert told me all the customers believe it hook, line, and sinker now, thanks to that merchant hype. Especially once they declared Rimbilitan's carrots more effective than all the rest. Tins instantly went faster than people could buy them, and prices just sailed up and up. These carrots were a nightmare to get. I had to ask a favor of a neighbor's farm if they could tin some carrots themselves and send them by post. It's all their own personal stock. I mean, really, what does all this weird promotion hope to accomplish in the end, eh? It truly is inscrutable, but merchants taking advantage of consumer mentality seems, like a reasonable occurrence. Well, I was absolutely pissed off when I first heard the news. These merchants using rumors to drive up the prices of a tin of Rimbilitan carrots, selling out a whole year's crop in advance, leaving even Rimbilitonians with not a tin themselves to eat. My expert even mentioned how if the price flies too high, some more merchants will crawl out and trick Rimbilitan's growers into switching all their crops to carrots. Once the prices fall back down, then the carrots will be impossible to sell. They've smashed up the farmers' own plans for growing self-sufficiently, and if they get hit by losses in the future, they'll all be fuming with the merchants, and they'll have to start resisting. And then we'll have another cage incident type mess. If rumors like these are left unchecked, things might turn very dangerous indeed. That cage incident? Have you heard someone else mention it before, Doctor? It's the point at which Rimbilitan's autonomous county of Eureka established itself. The incident took place between 3 Rimbilitan cities, and the locals considered it a major event. Might be a tough job to explain in one dinner time. To put it simply, it was a Victorian merchant lot who had an idea to make use of a small-scale nomadic city between 2 counties so they could strike even more Rimbilitan ore. They steered the city's people into seizing the local ore and then snatched it to take it off to Victoria for their own gains. The peak of sickness. Ugh. So the incident part comes because the people led the way shake free of this fence of the Victorian merchant setup called the Cage. After that, they jointly established an even more self-deciding autonomous county of Eureka and get control of the city back over to Rimbilton. It was an amazing operation if you ask me. During those times, Savage put in so much work to help the local people fight for their rights. She's a kind of minor celebrity in Rimbilton. That's incredible! Didn't expect something like that to happen. That's incredible. It wasn't that big of a deal. I mean, with your wisdom and ability, Doctor, sorting out a dispute like that's probably a piece of cake. Am I that amazing? Yep, leave it to me. Am I that amazing? Even so, the Cage incident clearly proves how the people of Rimbilton are able to protect the land they're proud of. So why? That's what I'm saying. We've only had a few short years of peace, too. Bloody hell. I just knew those merchants never follow trade conduct or any kind of standard routine. But, Savage, your action says that you have an idea of what to do already, don't you? That's my Amiya. Got me pegged down to a T. I already had the messenger send a letter to my old home's people. Let them know they can't be even a mite careless. If they all change to carrot crops, then they're banging the merchant's trap. They've got to talk it over with the farmers' union. Those lot aren't gonna just sit back and watch the situation unravel. We can't let irrational profits flips the underlying people's lives upside down. Long and short is, we can't ever be controlled by merchants again. This is just like you, Savage. I mean, how you act as swift as the wind. That part of you hasn't changed one bit. Well, of course. Who changes that easily? Just look. I dropped all my work to come sprinting over this way because I had you and the doctor on my mind too. That's true. Essentially, customers buying Rimbilton's tin carrots should all be cheerfully sampling the delicacies we're so proud of. Fine food is a thing to make people feel happy, and not some kind of cure-all sham. We can't keep letting other regions' powers keep taking inches while dreaming of miles. Last time was originium ore, now it's carrots. Who knows what's the next time will be? They want our resources, and they want our local people and they want our local people offering up their lives. Even though I've left Rimbilton, I just can't stomach looking on while they snatch away everything that never belonged to them, right off Rimbilton's own land. Savage. Aw, don't look like that now. You don't need to worry about me. Of course I'm not. I just think you really do shine so brightly now. Oh, even if I make a show of it, I can only actually do so little. I'm not the sort who can put my inside ideals into words, get other people standing firm in their own beliefs. But you know, Mia, I'm a grown-up who's experienced a hell of a lot too. And good morning, Ryder. By the way, how was the Demon Slayer movie? How was the theater? I'm excited to see it on Monday. What I know is, most times, when there's very little open for us to do. But doing something or others, always gonna beat the pants off just sitting here watching things get worse. When you detect a crisis, you should snap to do something, or else trying to remedy a blown situation after the fact, you have no way to make back what's already been lost. That's all. It's just some personal experience of mine. Doing some of what I can, it's worth bounding about all over the place. I can understand. Lots of people crying. Oh my, I wonder how it's gonna be on Monday then. Uh-oh. I should check out how bad the seats are now. I'm happy I reserved mine ahead of time, but still. Amiya. I can understand it. After all, Rhode Island is just the same. Eh? Rhode Island too? We have always persevered to do every little thing in our power. We've always persevered to do every little thing in our power. It's my belief that settling any one minor conflict helps us work towards our ultimate objective. Couldn't have put it better myself. Sniff. Hearing you say that makes me really happy. Ooh, almost a full house and you went. Nice. Huh? Did I say something wrong? Savage, don't cry. Please don't cry. You didn't. You said it just right. just a little moved. Sniffle, when we parted before, you were so little. You were still so little. And now you become so incredible already. Savage is like, oh my goodness, they grew up so fast, cries. Wah, calm down, Savage. Calm down a little. Don't hug me so tight. Ugh. Truthfully, I was worried at the start too. I've been away from you for so long. How would you react to how I've changed? You can relax on that front, Amiya. In my view, the leader of Rose Island eating Rim-Bulletin pie today. In my view, the leader of Rose Island eating Rim-Bulletin pie today's the same as you of the past. Clinging to me all over Babel, so I tell you stories. You're kind, adorable, modest, considerate of others. You're someone I'm willing to share my strength and time with. You're the one I trust in, and the friend who most trusts in me. Savage, I finished eating. Delicious beyond words. Yummy, yummy. Wow. Oh, that is super lucky then. That's a good present, a ticket to the movie. But oh yeah, I'm excited to see it after work on Monday. Perfect. 10 carrots have a best buy of forever, so I'll store them out properly. And next we have time for a party. I'll make you all another batch then. Ooh! Putting on makeup like the characters during the entertainment arc. Oh, I love that! Okay, I'd be tempted to go full silly, like... Kinda like, let's see, Zenitsu's makeup. Like, he's so beautiful! With the hairstyle and everything! That's actually tempting. That's actually very, very tempting. Maybe if I don't go straight to the mall after work. Because I'm not going to work like that. Oh, if I went to work like that, I think I'd be sent home. How's the monthly Rim Bulletin specialty dish tasting do sound? I'm already starting to look forward to it. That's right, Doctor. About just now. That is about before. I'll go and clean up the table. I have some quite pressing work after this, so could I count on you to help Savage put away the surplus ingredients, Doctor? Leave it to me. Huh? Leaving so suddenly? Leave it to me. I got this. I'll be off then. Sorry to trouble you, Doctor. At least you can have a nice chat with Savage. Were there any cosplayers at the movie? I'm expecting to see at least maybe one or two. Because there were cosplayers at the Colorful Stage movie, so why not Demon Slayer? Amiya, you don't need to go out of your way to... Off she runs. Honestly, the kid still keeps minding other people as much as ever. Sorry, Doctor. Could I take up a bit of your time? I invited Ansel and Rope to come taste too. But they'll be a bit late. The pie should be going in the oven more or less now. Let me be your helper then. Ooh! Cosplayer too? So they were cosplayers. Nice. Oh, I love that. Ooh, okay, that is good. That's a nice job. Like, free food's always the best. Thank you, Doctor. There's some things I want to talk to you about. We can go over it bit by bit while we're cooking. Hopefully my cooking skills are decent. Savage, how much do you understand of my past? Just a very little scrap of it. The doctor I saw... no. I signed a confidentiality agreement with Kelsey. I can't talk about it. Actually, I don't even know what I can talk to you about, and what I can't. I don't understand the details, but I more or less get your situation from the chat I had with Miss Kelsey in advance. So I've been panicking this entire time if I'd leak something by accident. But seeing Amiya just like she used to be, still happily going around with you, I think I'm gonna end up chatting about that stuff with you anyway. Fact is, thinking about it, I don't even have any secrets I can't tell you. My memories, aside from personalities being a bit different, and the way you and Amiya get along hasn't changed. And the way Amiya and me get along hasn't changed. So should So, should be the same as before with you and me too. Just, what kind of person was I like before? A very mighty one, I'll have you know. Practically nothing you didn't know, you dispensed an answer no matter what I asked you. Anything you forecast would end up happening. And when it came to commanding combat, you're even more... stop, no, can't say any more than that. I am basically, Doctor, you presented a Mia, me, and a whole lot of people who used to know you... knowledge. There's a hell of a lot I couldn't teach a Mia. All I could do was be by her side for a while when she was young. But you're able to guide other people. Oh yeah, if I can't talk about the past when it has to do with you, I may as well mention what happened after you and I went our separate ways. Yeah, I'd be willing to hear. Brilliant, thank you, Doctor. Once I was back in Rimbilliton back then, I heard nothing more about you or Mia, but I trusted Mia was doing her best to grow big, and you'd help her all along the way. But even if I never found Rhodes Island, found Mia and you again, I still wouldn't have stayed at Rimbilliton PLC much longer. Truth is, after I left Mia and you, I returned to Rimbilliton myself. Still ensuring workers' safety like ever, taking part in protection and rescue assignments, spending most of the time in the mines. Rimbilliton's had its own fair share of going on these few years. Bizarre things taking place more and more often, like the tin carrot phenomenon. Not only are other regions grubbing after Rimbilliton, but even the big cities have always been peaceful. Constant mining accidents have made it difficult to keep infected numbers under control. And there's no way to ensure how they are treated. I can understand that whatever is pissing me off, my people off, is getting more frequent by the day. If I kept on under the PLC forever, I wouldn't have the leeway to sort out any of these changes for the unfair. After I returned to Rimbilliton, that was all the more clear to me. No matter if I dreamed of working away in my home all my life, this road of ours gradually come to forbid things go on so steady. So I decided once for all to change. My only option was to leave Rimbilliton and to figure out what was happening elsewhere across the land before I could learn what kind of fate us Rimbilletonians might have, as well as how to protect our peace. I suppose it was because my ability is pretty good. To tell the truth, I had lots of other companies inviting me too. But once I knew Rhodes Island's leader was a Mia, I came hopping over to this job without a second thought. Since coming to Rhodes Island, I've been able to see so much more of the changes happening across the world. It's not just Rimbilliton. Every part of this whole grand stretch of land is gearing to change. Maybe other places have their own people striving for change, but right now, the ones striving by my side for it are Mia and you, Doctor. This place is hope, so I'll do my part for all of you. Deciding to leave Rimbilliton was miles from easy. For us born and bred Rimbilletonians, leaving needs some groundbreaking courage. What supported me in leaving somewhere safe and easy was my determination, Mia's determination, and now, your determination, Doctor. I've long since made my decision. Right now, no matter what you've all gone through, or what you have to confront, I'll be going with you. Aw, that's sweet of her. Oh man, imagine if we had like a big Rimbilliton event, and then let's say Savage is the main character and Savage brings us over. I wonder if Savage would be like, oh, is this your special someone? Since Mama expected that kind of thing to happen. It's like, what? Is this your special someone and your daughter? Your daughter Mia? Like, when did this happen, Savage? Oh, that would be so funny. I want Mama to have like a big misunderstanding like that. Like, please, come on, it'd be hilarious. And now for Hit the Road. Mom's very cross, with the big courteous girl scratching her head in front of her, trying to sneak out again. If you don't rest, I'll make you rest. I'm warning you. Savage lifts away the giant basket of carrots perched atop her mom's head. Fresh, sweet, and crunchy, just perfect for the trip's rations. I'll bring the leftover ones back, Mom, and then you can make carrot pie. Mom leaps up and gives Savage a few raps in the head. These are for you to rest up at home and let your health come back to you. Ever since you came back from that abandoned mine, all a muddle, it's like your motor's never stopped. If you're not banging on about how you met a ghost, then you're trying to run out of the doors, stuffing all our family's plans. That's you. You've got me at a wit's end. She can't possibly explain to her mother that this wasn't a ghost sighting, but on the other hand, it is true that the mysterious stranger with the little rabbit hasn't left a trace for her to find. It's as if whoever they were, they never existed in these lands at all. How? You went somewhere, suddenly passed out, and then the people who were with you all vanished in thin air. Ghost stories like that are penny a piece for the workers here. That's just a life in the mines. They were not just ghosts haunting Rim Billy. Even though it was the briefest of encounters, Savage remembers the warmth of the girl curled up sleeping in her arms that evening. Moreover, when she spent every bit of her strength smashing apart boulders to rescue them from the collapsed mine shaft, the mysterious stranger clearly bled. They never told her where their journey's destination lay, but when the mysterious stranger was alone, tightly wrapped in solemn silence, Savage knows she caught a glimpse of them gazing into the starry sky and to lands far away. Who could be waiting for them up ahead? Savage doesn't know, but they need her help. Mom, I'm not going to make it. I still have to go to the maintenance crew and check if they fixed my hammer yet. Her mother knows this passionate girl of hers ever since she was little. Once she got fixated on something, she'd never let it go. Oi, you forgot to empty the letterbox again. It's been more than a week now. Honestly, you make me doubt if you can take care of yourself. But the letter Savage had ignored for days is what finally calms her down. Stuffed inside is a design drawn by hand for a weapon just for her. And in the corner is a doodle of 3 people, plus a note. Miss, pardon us for not saying goodbye. The doctor is very sorry that you broke your weapon to help us. Putting the letter away, Savage lets out a deep breath. She absolutely can't wait to hit the road again. A strong gut feeling tells her that in the end, they'll meet once again and finish their journey. Well, she already got an apology, so no wonder why she's okay with that. It's like, see, Mom, look, they exist. Look at this letter. It's from the girl. And you see this drawing? It's all 3 of us together. Humph. I just love how the mom's just like, that's just a ghost story, daughter. It's like, Mom, see, look, they're real. I wasn't just hallucinating, Mother. Humph. And now for Tin Man. Tin Man and all his swagger. Basic info. Code name Tin Man, gender male, combat experience undisclosed, place of birth undisclosed, date of birth undisclosed, race undisclosed. Height 184 centimeters, infection status, medical tests have confirmed that redacted. Redacted, eh? Physical exam, physical strength standard, mobility excellent, physical resilience, beep, tactical acumen excellent, combat skill excellent, Originium arts assimilation flawed. Profile: Colombian detective and Mainlander Foundation agent, previously made contact with Rhodes Island at Trimounts. While Rhodes Island has entered into a formal cooperation with the Mainlander Foundation, please note that Tin Man does not serve as their liaison, except in emergencies when the usual liaison is unavailable. Clinical analysis: testing conducted jointly by the medical and engineering departments shows clear outlines of internal components, and no abnormal shadows have been detected. Originium particles in the transmission system have not shown abnormal signs of activity. At this time, this operator is believed to be redacted. Exoskeleton Originium assimilation 0%. Tin Man thoroughly cleaned himself of any dust before the examination. I like how he took a shower before that. Oil Originium crystal density 0.007. Tin Man's joints were thoroughly redusted, and an oil change performed before the examination. So, is he infected or not? And is that really what we're putting in the physical resilience section? Help me out here, Warfarin. Closure. You got a pen, you can write yourself. You had a good time writing that crap up there, didn't you? Warfarin. Wow. Archive File 1. Other than his unusual appearance, Tin Man seems to be the stereotypical Colombian detective, sharp and astute, with the flexibility to deal with both clients and targets, children and adults alike, via his signature polite and dapper demeanor. However, do not let your guard down just because of his kindly manner and humorous tone. A short chat, a single note, or even a mere gaze is enough for him to deduce things like secret snack networks or discreet romances. He does not go about telling everyone, of course, but when he takes a few puffs on his pipe and looks at you through the smoke with a twinkle in his eye, know that he is keeping your secret for you. He enjoys Colombian fast food and is quite the connoisseur of luxuries. The discerning eye will easily identify his pipe, a fine 1059 Fisher PFM, often seen in Rankwood movies of retro style. Tin Man is more than just an antique collector, however. The latest trends in Colombia quickly find their way into his desk. Most are gone in a matter of days, but some stand the test of time to become his favorites, like his new cane and shoes. Classified log. And this body that just got an overhaul. The head looks so much jollier now, doesn't it? Tin Man. Tin Man knows how to enjoy life. He's just like, I like food, I like trinkets. I like enjoying myself. Archive File 2. An onboarding operator volunteered to be the test subject for the sensory and psychological aspects of Tin Man's abilities, under the close supervision of Operator Logos. I fell to the ground before I could react. At least, that's what they told me, because I had no idea what happened. All I know is that I lost all my senses. Sight, hearing, touch, even the sense of pain. He might think it's for the better that I couldn't feel pain, but without your senses, you're still trapped in a prison with nothing but a numb silence and darkness. Nothing but solitude. I try to think about something, anything, to fight the terror, but it's like falling into a bottomless pit. There's no foundation on which to even think. You just keep falling, falling. You can't imagine what relief I felt when I finally heard someone ask me a question. I would have gladly revealed the name of my crush if not for Logos' incantation. An anonymous operator. Interesting. True, the difference between the old man. It's like, ooh, revenants, you guys are just crotchety old man, while me, Tin Man, I'm just living life. Besides his Originium arts, Tin Man is accompanied by 3 friends who also have bodies of metal. The hot dog is Larry, the donut is Curly, and the hamburger is Mo. I love that for him. Ah yes, his besties, Larry, Curly, and Mo. They're always noisy and often get into trouble, but are surprisingly reliable when it comes to helping with Tin Man's work. Yeah, like the time they tried to switch the tiles when we were teaching him how to play mahjong. Cruz. He even sat down with the 3 of them to play 4-man mahjong. Don't treat them as Tin Man subordinates, or they'll follow you everywhere. Big Larry crying in your left ear with his thick bass voice, old Curly muttering incessantly in your right, and little Mo trying to throw a lasso over your neck. Not to choke you, mind you, but enough to make you feel like you have cervical spondylosis. Lava. Classified log. Like someone learning to talk again after being mute for many years, they're just learning to live in their own way. If you want to see another side of them, go find them when Tin Man is performing maintenance on his exoskeleton. There you will find 3 craftsmen hard at work. Perhaps not so skilled yet, but absolutely serious about their work. This is adorable. Archive File Number 3, Classified Log. File ID 1097. Level Confidential. Incident resolved. Witnesses have been relocated. File ID 1054. Level Confidential. Incident resolved. The leadership of Hercules Company, attempting to contact Victoria, were properly handled before the military's intervention. Any evidence linking us to Hercules has been removed. Recommended increased guidance and oversight of partners, and continued monitoring of possible Victorian or military response. File ID 1020. Level None. To Melander Celine. On the matter of Child Rights Protection Foundation, I'm in full agreement with you. As for the position of chairman of the Historical Association, I must respectfully decline. While I have nothing against administrative work, I am loath to allow anything to get in the way of my field work. Besides, were I to sit on that chair, there is no telling when I'd be able to get off it. Your loyal servant, Tin Man. Tin Man's like, nah, I don't want to work anymore than I have to. Sorry. File ID 0920. Level Top Secret. The craftsmen of Iberia are friendly but arrogant. They certainly have reason to be proud of their shipbuilding skills, but there has been little progress since my last visit, and yet they sit on their laurels, believing they have achieved perfection. My attempt to sail out to sea was once again abortive. A ship's body is a bad idea. I could do little but spin in a place once I reached the blue ocean. The waves are rough, and I would have vomited quite a bit of oil. If I were to get seasick. What are you reading, Doctor? Good work. He's starting to trust you. You should look forward to when he comes to you for a chat on his own initiative. Enviable, isn't it? Hearing history straight from the mouth of a Mainlander library, half of it at least. That's how much of their collection he sees with his own eyes. Oh, I know he didn't give me permission to read it, but there's no need to try to block me. You may have forgotten, but did you think he wouldn't remember me? Or he wouldn't remember the Ku'ukan on the Rhodes Island who once knocked his head off? What do you think he might have? I mean, what? You think he might have? Tisk, you're mean. Archive file 4. Classified log. File ID beep. Level beep. Give me a reason to spare you. The headless armor and pile of scrap cobbled in the shape of a man sits opposite of each other at the summit of the quiet volcano. I have crossed rivers, seen a new green that emerges on the banks year after year, which not even catastrophes could extinguish. I have crossed deserts, seen cities fall and rise again, which not even the bloodthirsty nature of man could subdue. Give me a reason. I have exiled myself like the scavenger until I find the future that we may reach without immolating ourselves. A reason. The Revenant, which looks very different many years later, removes a small piece from his shoulder and throws it into the volcano. It falls a long way, then begins to spin rapidly with a faint light, before flying out of the volcano and into the sky. The magma stirs, boiling bubbles like contempt, the quiet surface like a command. Yes, it's just a little trinket of arts within metal. I've seen such things in the hands of the Sarkas who do not wield Originium arts, who use it to cut off the flesh of others, and in turn have their own heads cut off. But now, dozens of trinkets like these are produced day after day. In turn, these trinkets are used to make other trinkets until there are thousands after thousands. Trinkets that are no longer used for just killing. I want to know if they are part of the future I'm seeking. File ID. Lots of zeros and then 1. Level 2, or level B. What should I call you today, middle boy? Maybe Tin Man, like the one from the fairy tale? Suit yourself. Well, let's get a bottle opened and a map. The pioneer throws a rolled up map and a bottle of spirits across the campfire. Tin Man spreads the map open and sees markings of various colors indicating the locations of scattered settlements, routes, mines, and potential archaeological sites. This map is more of a fairy tale than I am, other than the lay of the land. That's accurate, at least. That's what they all say. The pioneer laughs, and the campfire quivers into laughter. But this is the future, and the future is no fairy tale. Look, settlements are built by the river. The routes go through the areas with low originium. Mines are built on ore veins. And there are great skeletons near the archaeological sites. You trek through all these places. Why measure the land with your own legs? The pioneer takes out a tiny piece from his pocket and tosses it into the air. Tin Man waits for the piece to fly out of sight, but it hovers in the air before settling down on the pioneer's palm, propeller fitted with a camera and magnifying scope. The images it takes are blurry, but usable. Toss me the map. I'm adding a few strokes. Do you really want a ranch that takes a nomadic city months to cover? Why should it be a ranch just for me, Mainlander Celine, and not a brand new country? One not bound to the ghosts of the past, one that lives only for the future. After a moment of silence, Tin Man hands the map over with one hand and opens the bottle with the other. Cheers. So you've placed me in your pioneer team. Promotion record. Video log. I won't stop you from leaving, but will you really not stay a little longer? Just one more hour? If only I could stay by your side, not just for an hour, but for a century, 10, 100. But the news of catastrophe, the lives of my pioneer brothers depend upon me. Oh, you're breaking my heart. Hey, hello. The teary maid embraces the pioneer's metallic body. I'm the same, my dear. But I will leave my heart behind. The pioneer opens up the front of his coat, revealing his shiny metal bosom. He opens it up, and it's empty inside. He reaches into the cavity with his metallic hand and takes out a heart folded from paper. This is yours. My heart is forever yours. What is this? Interesting. My goodness, we really dug out this ancient film reel. Were special effects in that advanced back then? I don't care. I love that metal guy. Well, he's definitely not around anymore. That actress in it? That's my mentor, Marianne, the retired movie star. She passed away decades ago. What a shame. What a shame. Oh, so Tin Man and Marianne, huh? Oh my. Intriguing. My heart is forever yours. Just oof. A mod that makes the game longer. Oh my. Man would love to get a piece of tin. That is so cute. Phrenology. Good afternoon, ma'am. I'm from the Maylander Foundation. Please call me Tin Man. Going forward, I'll be in charge of constructing the future capital of film, Rankwood. My gosh, Mr. Tin Man, you look like you've stepped out of a movie yourself. I heard that at least once a day ever since movies became a thing. Then why not make it a reality? I dare say movies will prove to be the future of Colombian entertainment. I'll consider it, but I've got a question for you first, ma'am. I see you've brought up a lot of things in the early days of Rankwood. But what's with these metal prospector's head and the reel of mine work? Well, I'm glad you asked. You know, when I first got here, I asked someone the same question. They told me this item and the film reel both have major significance to the birth of cinematography. Go on. You see, the camera in the prospector's head didn't only record the 3D structure of the mine, it also managed to capture the sheen of the ore and the dynamic environmental changes. Apparently, this was shot in the early years of our fair nation as a way to make geological surveys more efficient. Though we can't verify who actually took the footage. Well, I suppose I can't just go around telling people how I jammed the reel right into my head, trying to save my hands the trouble. Sorry, what was that? Never mind, just talking to myself. I'll be honest, ma'am, I still don't get what this has to do with movies. I heard that Rankwood's founder happened to watch that reel during his pioneering days and realized that we've had the technology to record our lives and share them with others all along. After his revelation, he quit his shop to learn cinematography, then shot his very first film by the lakeside. Well now, I doubt the prospector ever expected to make such a splash when he left that film reel behind. Well, I'm sure he'd be mighty pleased if he knew how much it was worth now. And why are you so sure of that, ma'am? In my opinion, movies aren't much better, or aren't much different from any other newfangled pastime. They're all just a way to kill time. The first time I watched a movie as a little girl, mister, it was all an experience I didn't even know how to describe in words. All I knew was that I had to be a part of it, a part of the film industry. They might be time wasters to you, but to me and many others, they're a source of hopes and dreams. I think movies are always inspired from a single moment in time because of someone wanting to share their experiences with others, share what they see and how they see it. Am I wrong? Sorry, I'm not trying to say you're wrong either. It's not that. Maybe you're right, ma'am. A farmer once told me that the technology used to kill people could also be put to building idyllic, peaceful towns. I was convinced, but once the skyscraper started going up, a question began itching in my brain. Was this the future I'd been looking forward to? And thanks to today's chance meeting, you've shown me a new possibility. And so, if I wanted to be an actor, where would I start? He probably has a closet full of metalheads, which is kind of cute. He's like, how should I look today? How dapper do I want to be? And this is cute. The biggest surprise though for Tin Man and Marianne though, dang. Like, good for him. And then there's Tin Man and his little buddies. Kind of adorable. Yeah, the other revenants could not relate. Tin Man just felt different. I love that for him. And lastly, Jieyun. Silver File. Basic info. Codename Jieyun. Gender female. Combat experience 2 years. Place of birth Yan. Date of birth July 6. Race Anasa. Height 164 centimeters. Infection status confirmed infected by medical examination. Physical exam. Physical strength standard. Mobility standard. Physical resilience standard. Tactical acumen normal. Combat skill excellent. Originium art simulation standard. Profile. Jieyun, an Anasa girl living in the northwestern deserts of Yan, was introduced by waifu to Rhodes Island's Great Yan branch for treatment, and simultaneously serves as a field operator. Clinical analysis. Imaging tests show the indistinct outlines of internal organs, obscured by abnormal shadows. Originium granules detected in the circulatory system. The subject is confirmed to be infected with uropathy. Cell originium assimilation, 9%. Small distribution of originium crystals on the left shoulder. Blood originium crystal density, 0.23. Operator Jieyun's condition is stable and still under control. Archive File 1. Pouches of various shapes and sizes can always be found hanging around Jieyun's waist, most of which contain an assortment of tools needed to survive in the wilderness, while others contain things that might leave people bewildered. Heavy pebbles, shriveled petals and leaves, hair shed by animals. These seemingly worthless things have always been among Jieyun's prized possessions. When people ask where they came from, she can always detail when, where, and why she obtained them. When she was young, she and her tribe lived a nomadic life in the barrens. Everything had to be left behind, except for the bare necessities. It wasn't until she met her master and experienced a completely different life of stability that she began to adopt a new outlook. Perhaps out of nostalgia, perhaps as a form of commemoration. Whenever she leaves a place behind, she will always pick out a few small things close to her and stow them away. Once, an operator who had acquainted with Jieyun, after learning about her habits, brought a gift back while returning from mission, in hopes of sprucing up her collection, but this gesture was politely declined by Jieyun. The things I bring with me, even the tiniest feather, all need to be carefully selected. A gift, no matter how small, no matter how insignificant, may form a monumental connection with people, and these connections are terrifying. After leaving my hometown, I've met a lot of people. Every time they go to a new place, they'll decorate it with all sorts of items, but when it's time to move out, it's always difficult and painful to let go. I think these items represent their roots, firmly holding down the place they all home, which makes it difficult for them to leave. Archive File 2. Can you imagine that? When the tribesmen ran into the original... can you imagine that? When the tribesmen ran into an originium dust storm in the barrens, there were already some among them who were enlightened. Jieyun didn't clearly explain what she meant by this. Instead of escaping, they embraced the land and truly felt the storm in its entirety, even if they lost their lives as a result. Because in their eyes, everything happens for a reason. They're just like, well, the storm is here, I'm here, we're gonna accept it. He might be thinking, what a strange form of devotion, right? Broadly speaking, in the Anasa worldview, uropathy is not a disease, but rather a conduit to feel the emotions of heaven and earth. Crystals grow on the surface of the body, and the pain in the affected areas is unbearable, just as catastrophes leave scars across the land's surface. Therefore, whenever a patient suffers from uropathy, the tribe does not reject him, but instead helps him sit down by the campfire, holds his hands tightly, and listens carefully to his pained whimpers as they dissipate into the air. This way, it is as if he can share all the pain he is going through in that moment, and feel the wild emotions of the earth coursing through him. What's that look in your face? Let me get this straight. I asked you to talk to Jieyun about her diagnosis and her uropathy treatment plan, and you just ended up listening to her stories? And it was a truly incredible story, thank you very much. But you know how she is too. If you say she made the whole thing up, that only makes it more incredible. That's not what I'm trying to say. I've also heard about Anasa mythology, but it makes me a bit concerned. With such a worldview in mind, what will she think about our diagnosis and treatment plan? She agreed to them, huh? I had a little debate with her. Although she doesn't think it's necessary to treat uropathy, it's also not necessary for her to die, right? Look at it this way, I didn't manage to convince her, but at least she is willing to cooperate so we don't look bad. Archive File 3. Legend has it that long ago, There was once a patriarch of the Anasa tribe who wished not for his people to live in the dangerous dark night, so he passed the position and patriarch to his son and went east alone, hoping to find a place where the sun never sets. But after a long journey, he failed to find this place. Every evening, he could only watch as the sun dips beneath the horizon. Finally, one day, exhausted and hungry, he collapsed on the ground and started to cry helplessly. Suddenly, in his tearful eyes, he saw the sun and the moon exchange positions in the sky. In the golden firmament, the moon was in the east and the sun in the west. In the middle of the desert was a conjoined flower, one side in bloom and the other decaying. Suddenly, the patriarch understood that day and night are actually two sides of the same coin. The world basks in the splendor of day, but also must endure the cold solitude of night. Finally, during sunrise one day, the patriarch returned to his tribe, embraced his wife and children fiercely. Never again would he grapple with the coming of night, instead choosing to cherish the fleeting light of day. After dinner one day, the operators were chatting about stories from their hometown, and Jieyun shared the legend she once heard from her tribe. Though the story sounded nonsensical, it still piqued my curiosity about the Anasa. After some investigation, I inferred that the origins of the Anasa traced back to the Sarkaz tribe that traveled east. Due to a catastrophe separating them from the group, they stayed behind in the desert to Yan's northwest. As the cogs of history turned, the Sarkaz that wandered here changed their name to Anasa, became a part of the Yan along with a stretch of barren lands, and were unintentionally integrated into Yanese society. However, they remained extremely wary and chose to keep their distance from the nomadic cities, instead sticking to their traditions and continuing to linger in the wilderness, living a nomadic lifestyle. I suspect that the Anasa tribe's long-term diaspora and migration was pivotal in shaping their unique ideology. For them, this vast desert is the entire world. Though everything eventually disappears, the soul persists immortal, re-entering the great cycle and returning to the land in another form. That is why birth and old age, health and sickness, survival and death are all parts of the movements of heaven and earth. Rather than focusing on the misfortunes that are bound to happen in the future, they pay more heed to what unfolds right in front of them. Excerpts from the notes of a folklore-loving operator. There are so many blank pages, or blank spaces, in the pages titled Anasa. Archive File 4. While speaking with Jieyun, the term Shifu can often be heard from her lips. From her words, full of reminiscence and longing, she paints a clear and vivid image of a chivalrous woman with the lines at the corners of her eyes and a hearty smile. Many years ago, this heroine encountered Jieyun's tribe after setting out from Yumen. At the time, a deadly catastrophe was about to befall the tribe, and the heroine could not sit idly by and watch disaster strike. Enduring pain and illness, she tried every means possible to lead the entire tribe away from the catastrophe, after which she stayed with the tribe, helping them find another place with clean water and fertile soil in which they could recuperate, and teaching them everything she had learned. Among the children of the tribe, Jieyun exhibited the most talent, as well as the most down-to-earth and diligent attitude, therefore becoming the only semblance of an heir to the heroine's martial arts. Additionally, her innocent and frank disposition perfectly complemented the heroine's temper, and the latter would favor Jieyun over the other children of the tribe. But around the same time, the heroine's condition took a turn for the worse, and time was running out. She did not want Jieyun to miss her in the future, and refused to take her in prior to that point. But before she passed on, the heroine finally gave in and allowed Jieyun to become her disciple. During the long hours she spent with the heroine, Jieyun heard much about her past in Yumen and her free, unrestrained lifestyle, perfectly encapsulating the world of martial arts that Jieyun had always envisioned. Because of the agreement she made with the heroine, Jieyun was able to come to Yumen to personally relive the experiences and knowledge of the heroine piece by piece. This trip completely uprooted many of Jieyun's inherent ideologies and sowed the seeds of many other inexpressible things in her heart, making her unable to wander freely as before. Aww. Oh, heroine. Oh! The sword from 6,000 years ago was from Anasa? Huh. Dang, they got separated really early on. Promotion record. Everyone always says I'm like Shifu, with a straightforward temperament that flows freely. She plays with the dried grass in her hand and ties it into a knot, but she never saw it that way. Whenever I mentioned it to her, she would only smile and shake her head and then stop talking. She smooths over the burrs and the straws and begins to weave something with her 10 fingers. Soon, the weaving in her hands starts to take shape. Later, I found out Shifu told grandmother that I was very different from her, as well as from the others in the tribe. Whenever anything happens, I actually have the hardest time letting go. Finally, she stops and puts the craft into your hands. It's a small bug made from grass. But I think that all those lingering obsessions that can't be walked around or scattered into the wind all weave together to form what they are today. Cute, a little bug. And now for the final tournament. I love how edgy that sounds. Welcome to the final tournament. Can't nail down what doesn't belong. Still, she'll rather enjoy today's match. I'll press play and also take a sip of my drink. Dragon fruit flavored drink. Yummy, yummy. Hydration, please. Oh, that's satisfying tasting. That tastes good. Why is dragon fruit so good?
The girl's been here for days now. Well, she hasn't been causing trouble, just doing some cleaning. That's not against General Zuo's orders. Let her be.
Like, if she just wants to stay around and clean. Sure. As soon as I dust off the sand, another layer forms. Did Uncle Meng have to clean this much? The weapon racks, the tables, and the chairs are all repaired. The tiles are stuck back on, and the forge is lit up. Looks more or less like how Shifu described it. ... I wonder how insane Furnace Bay was gonna be.
Did you need me for something?
They say that since Uncle Meng left, the sword forge is now under your care. Shifu would always talk about this place when she was alive, and Uncle Meng treated me kindly. I want to make it look like it used to. They told me to find you. I can help. Cleaning, repairing, anything's fine.
No thanks. I don't need help to keep this place tidy. What's the point of making it look like how it did back then? Not like anyone's coming back. Can't nail down what doesn't belong.
Jieyun lifts her head and looks at the sword forge. Every detail of this place cherished by its owner, every chair and table, the tools they refused to replace despite the years. She managed to restore some of these worn-out things. But the people came and went until finally, she was the only one left standing there. No, it's not the same. This still isn't the sword forge. There should be people here, people fighting, people drinking. Aww. She just wants to make it like how Shifu remembered. That's actually really cute and sad. I can find a way to put it on there. I just gotta figure out like how I want to crop things. May I ask where I can find people to fight outside the arena? To fight outside the arena? If you don't know, then could you two fight me?
Certainly not.
Then do you know where I can find people to drink with? It's like this girl has been coming over to clean, and now she wants to fight and drink?
I keep telling you not to drink so much. Look at you, you can barely stand. So what? Anyway, we need to go soon, so if you want to drink more, then drink already. You must have seen it too. The arena got smashed up by the catastrophe, and someone took the ranking board away. Just one last look at the sword forge before we go. Fine, just one last look. Don't tell me you're still thinking about the Grandmaster Meng and whoever it was that got you into competitions.
Do you two want to fight me?
Huh?
An Anasa girl stands at the door as she looks at the pair of fighters. The chakram in her hands shining as bright as her eyes. Behind her, a couple of soldiers from the patrol battalion look on helplessly. You know Kung Fu, right? You can fight, or compete with me. You must have come here to compete, yes? It's clear that she isn't joking. The two martial artists look at her, and then at each other. Once there was a woman who had her brow raised as high as this girl's. She too caught at them and yelled, "Come, let me see the two of you Come, let me see if the two of you laze about instead of training. Once...
Yeah, have at you! In the name of General Zuo, you're not to come any closer. Hey, you two!
Like, sorry guards, let this happen.
The stage is set, so let's commence with introductions. O human city of wandering warriors, whose heroism shakes the sky. I'm Zhang Chong, human's maestro of Erlangjuan. Tis a pleasure. Haha, and I, Lin Feisha, am the 56th inheritor of the single-stroke sword of the SAS technique. State your name, lady, and from whence you hail.
Jieyun, Anasa.
Hey, the hell do you think you're doing? Take up a stance. What should we do? Arrest these troublemakers? I'm going to move those two stools aside. Huh? The arena needs to be kept clear during a match, doesn't it?
I like Soldier V. The soldiers silently take 2 steps back, and the once quiet courtyard now thrummed with the sound of flurrying fists once more. Spurred on by drunken courage and the sand-laden wind, the martial artists shoot forward, their arms a blur of blows as they try to suppress Jieyun from using her weapon.
Haha, yes, that's it. That's how it should be. Mark well the 4 sides of the arena. How neat and straight they are. But Tripe, if you want to talk about how the ring should be, then what were you reaching for just now? Don't think I don't know about your hidden weapon. And what's wrong with that? I worked hard learning how to use it. Haven't I saved your sorry ass with it before? It's a match in the ring, no hidden weapons. Fine. I won't use it. But according to custom, until the match begins, you must seal the point of your blade in pine resin.
Very well. I'll set aside my chakram too. Come at me.
You're on.
A few rounds ago, Jieyun noticed the drunken state of her opponents. Their footwork was sloppy, and their attacks were clumsy. All she needed was a single blow to knock them out of the ring. But the more the pair fight, the clearer their eyes become. The more blows they send out, the more disciplined their strikes. As if this is no mere post-drink bout they had joined on a lark, but a true match in the ring. Even though they are already out of regular moves, she can't help but slow her offensive.
Haha. I knew this was a good idea to tell you to drink less. What are you laughing at? We need to keep pushing forward. You're supposed to be going all out during a match, lady. I can tell you're going easy on us. You can't do that. Give us everything you've got. Ha! Ugh. What an amazing strike, lady. Yeah, that's how you do it.
Guard B is having the most fun. I love this. Jieyun wipes away the thin layer of sweat above her brow. The forge is roaring, and the fight is taxing, leaving everyone with red faces from the heat. The Anasa girl who has not yet come down after a battle high, but she feels like now would be a good time for a stiff drink. Are you thirsty? Lia Daozi, the one you're always drinking. Here.
Ah, that fragrance. The fragrance, that's the stuff.
Here.
For us?
Yes.
Not while we're on duty. Look, don't keep holding back. Look, don't keep holding that boil up like that, miss. We've got our orders.
The Anasa girl does not move her hand an inch. Her eyes as clear as the Lia Daozi in the bowl. If you did not acquiesce, she'd probably stare at him for days on end.
Fine.
Shifu said I should toast like this. The bowls clink against one another, producing a crisp note just as they once did many years ago. Wine splashes out and soaks into the sandy ground. Fighter and soldier alike raise their bowls in the sword forge's courtyard. They then raise their heads and drain the booze dry. So that's what it tastes like. It dawns on the Anasa girl. She understands why the people of Yumen love to fight and why everyone can make peace afterwards and drink together. She understands why her Shifu thinks like this place so much. Jieyun bends down, scoops up some sand soaked with wine, and puts it into the pouch. Now this place is like the sword forge you told me about, Shifu. At first, Jieyun was considering saying something more, or joining everyone for another cup of wine, or start singing to the sandstorm and the pagoda tree like Shifu said she used to.
Alright, well, it was nice having some fun with you all. Sure was. The last convoy out of the city is about to arrive. We should head off now. We managed to have one last match before we left. It was worth coming over. Jiangsu, Zaijian lady. Don't forget today's match. It might be Yumin's very last one.
Very last. They can't be. You? The martial artists do not respond. They stand up, place down their bowls, and then walk away as they kick up dust. They do not look back. Jieyun watches them as they walk off. Their gait is steady, as though they were not drinking just now. As though they were never drunk. As though all of that just happened had not. Why very last?
Hey, what's the big idea? Just walking off after they're done fighting? And why do you let them walk away anyway? Not scared they're going to cause more of a ruckus after drinking? Didn't you see that luggage they had by the doorway? I know those two. They're not from Yumin. Seems like they're leaving the city to head back to their hometown. It's the last time they're leaving too. They just wanted to come here for a match. And that was their last match ever. Can't nail down what doesn't belong. But they really put their all into that fight today. Oh.
So that's what that meant. Can't nail down what doesn't belong. One day later.
About the sword forge, Jieyun. I don't think what I said was wrong, but that day at the sword forge, I was too hard on you. Huh. Would you like to stay in Yumin? I've got a fair few friends here. No matter what you're thinking of doing, I can help find a place willing to take you in.
No need. Shifu's content now, and I managed to have a real fight here. I rather enjoyed it. I'll be heading off soon myself.
Where you headed?
Jieyun does not answer. She walks out of Yumin's gates, slowly singing a song. Even she doesn't know where she's going. The sun goes down, east next morn. It rises up again. The moon comes up, west the next morn. We'll see it sink below. The cracks fill out arid rock, and through the soil, next year's raindrops will wet them as they land. The shrubs deep in the sands are dried and die, and spring below will bring them back to life. A gale blows past, carrying along the surging sands, rushing out of the sand channels, covering up Jieyun's figure as it fades into the distance. I've seen Jiangnan, and tried some of the water chestnuts, and also met the people of the Jianghu that Shifu talked about. I think I'll do some wandering on my own, see what's around, see things that really make me like Shifu, with lots and lots of memorable people and things to talk about.
We're here for a punishment, General Zuo. While on duty yesterday, we drank without leave. According to military law, we're to be caned for our transgression. The seal's already been written, General. The one for the sword forge? You don't need to ask me about that matter again. Since you drank that wine yourselves that day, you can decide for yourselves as well.
So are they getting punished or not? I almost wanted to be like, you know what? Let me just pat, that's it, done. Oops, I went out too far. Or I know their punishment is to have a match there and let everyone watch. And yeah, I know I forgot it. That's why I said oops. I went back in. And then there's Pebbles. The sun goes down, east next morn, it rises up again. The moon comes up, west next morn, we'll see it sink below. The cracks fill out arid rock, and through the soil, next year's raindrops will wet them as they land. The shrubs deep in the sands are dried and die, and springs below will bring them back to life. Mother, do not let your cries roll down. My jacket is not to be stained with tears. Father, do not keep your brow so firm. My cap is not to learn the scent of smoke. Brother, oh brother, play your wooden flute no more. I cannot walk with restless heart. And soon I'll be a tender flower small, to rest in mother's hair, with a smile so faint. And soon I'll be a beastling strong and tough, to carry farther east, so far away. Brother, oh brother, play your wooden flute again, and soon I will be a pebble on the ground. The wind will blow me around and round, back to your side to roll about. A ballad passed down in song through the Anasa tribes in Neon's western parts, reportedly. When loved ones pass away, the entire tribe will sing this at the place they've been buried. On every patient's passing since her arrival at Rhodes Island, Jieyun has visited the deck to sing out this ballad for them. Aw, what a ballad. Out of the ones today, the most sweet ended up being Savage. Like, oh, Savage. Such a sweetheart. Her love for Amiya and the doctors is adorable, especially towards Amiya. All for you, Amiya. But oh my goodness, Tin Man. Tin Man with all his swagger. I still love that. Oh dang, Tin Man and Marianne. That's like the biggest surprise. Ooh. So cute. It is nice being able to see like the IS content. Otherwise, I'd probably just put that off forever. Unless I'm like super duper motivated. Like I've only tried it maybe once or twice and afterwards I'm just like, you know what? It's fine. Worst case... Yeah, worst case I would have been like, time to look up other videos or wiki. But for the ones that are willing to actually do the IS stuff, I give them credit. Lots and lots of credit. Because, oh my goodness, the RNG aspect is like, ugh. Like, oh no, my operator's not feeling well. Oopsies. Oh, look, they're getting weakening and dying. Aw, sucks to suck, operator. Like, RNG is not on my side most times. Heck, even inside of Uma Musume, some of the trainings hurt. Like earlier today, my opera, she kept on failing 3% trainings. I'm like, girl, it's only 3%. How? You have practiced perfect, and then you lost it because you failed, and then got mood bad, and lost a bunch of stats. I felt so sad. So incredibly sad. Wait, the notice recently? What notice came out? Uh-oh. Is it a good notice or a bad notice? Oh no. And also for Uma, I'm failing at the current cup, the Gemini Cup. I don't think I'm gonna make it into the finals for B. But it's okay, you know, at least I tried. Buff rewards? Is that good? If it's buffing rewards, I'm happy about that. The more rewards, the merrier. Rewards, please. Like heck, I tried for Seiyun Sky, but I gave up for now. I'll try a bit for Amazon when she comes out, like, what, next week? And for the next or last batch... Well, I'm biased, so Mia. Like, oh Mia, precious of Mia. Ooh, daily login club and team trials. Ooh. Okay, yes, the more rewards the merrier. Rewards, please. Okay, it makes me feel a little bit bad how I am prioritizing Umas versus cards. I know I should be summoning more cards, if anything. But nah, I'm just like, Uma. Gotta help catch up, right? If not, oof. But yeah, besides Amiya, I want to see more of Logos. I'm hoping they mention more of his mom guys. I think it's adorable how they were just following him around in a little robot. Watching over the precious baby boy. Like, so cute. I love it. Oh, okay. The files are the same no matter what. But only the modules change. Okay, that's good to know. Oh man, my next Uma target. Wait. I actually have a little thing that I saved on my phone. Let me check it out real quick. I saved someone's prediction map for releases up until next year, so let me find that. I really want... Okay, well, Summer's always good. Oh man, though. Okay, Summer for sure. I would want the fantasy ones at the end of this month, but I gotta resist a little bit. I'll try a tiny bit, but not go hard. Meisho Doto's adorable. Like, Meisho Doto I really like. I think she's adorable. So I would want her, but she's right after Summer, so oof. Just... ouch. But besides Meisho Doto, I really want Agnes Digital. So I'm kind of scared. Like, Agnes Digital, please. Like, heck, Akebono would have been fun too, but Agnes Digital. And now I'm kind of into Hime because of the Bride event. So hi, Hime. But at the same time afterwards, like not too far afterwards, there's, of course, Christmas banner. And it'd be cute having a Christmas, Biwa, and Oguri. But otherwise, oh my goodness, I need Tamamo Cross. She's one of the ones I'm also interested in, so it kind of hurts. Too many good banners. Oh, my cards are gonna be lacking. Unless I get super duper lucky on daily pull cards. Otherwise, no! Like, oopsies. I can barely get A for my Umas. Like, ahahaha. I need better cards, so then that way I can guarantee getting A's. And maybe A pluses. Like, it is the goal. Then I can have good Uma parents. More Umas, please. But oh well, that's for future me to worry about. Being like, oh man. All pain and suffering. Just oof. Actually no, not true pain and suffering. I just have to go through the story some more. And then afterwards, the little character episodes. Because I've bonded enough with a lot of my characters. I have unlocked, I think, all their episodes for some of them. Even more character offerings to banners. Except it's gonna go to character banners for the most part. Like maybe one multi-pull for a card. Otherwise, yes, character. Hopefully I'll collect more. I know the ones I'm missing are Seiun Sky, regular Tokaiteo, Mihono Bourbon, and Kuren-chan. I only have one Super Creek and one Kita-san. I did try to go for a copy of Super Creek, but I couldn't get it. Which is unfortunate, but it's okay. Maybe someday. I just have to go harder for those banners. I know I should. Maybe I will someday after I get Tamamo and Agnes Digital. That means I can start focusing on other cards instead. Woohoo, totally. I'm not gonna do that. But oh well. I just gotta be patient and eventually more stuff will come home. Plus maybe we'll get more free carrots. Free pulls, please. Or, you know, if the shop refreshes that one pack for a guaranteed SSR, I'll buy it again. Like, hey game, you know you wanna give that to me again? I'll do it. No fear, no pain. All will be well. So woohoo! Next week it's gonna be finishing up the prep stream and then also starting the integrated strategies. Like, oh man. I wonder how insane some of these endings will be. And if we'll have something bittersweet like with Mizuki. Oh Mizuki, your ending stood out the most to me so far. Mizuki and Dokta. That was unexpectedly sweet. So I wonder what's gonna be next. I guess we'll find out next week, so woohoo! It is great, it's a great honor. Ooh, almost have the last support card from McQueen. Nice. When it comes to like the free cards, the one I'm going for the most is actually Haru Urara's. Just because I love how there's no skill, so then that way I don't have to worry about it whenever... If I use it, I just need 2 more copies. And then soon enough, I'll have it. And I'll have fun with Haru Urara. Like, oh, that precious card will be good to have. More guts, please. It makes me so sad whenever I lose, and then Tazuna's like, "Aw, man, your training was lacking guts at the end." I'm like, thanks. Thanks, Tazuna. Or it's like, "Aw, man." Or another one I hate is when she's like, "Aw, your training knows fewer skills than the others." I'm like, but the skills are so expensive, excuse you? How are they so skilled and I'm just like a pleb? Whatever. Humph. It's fine. My Umas still can do decent later on. Just let them cook. They can just stumble at first, and then eventually they'll be the greatest warriors. Humph. Okay, but now I gotta get ready for the night. Teehee. I have about like 4 minutes-ish before Arium, so woohoo! So with that being said, thank you everyone for stopping by the stream. I hope everyone has a great rest of the day and epic gacha luck. Time to get ready now. So I'll see you guys later. Bye bye. I'm not gonna get bonked. Maybe. No, I'm gonna get bonked.